Let's try that again.
Pretty ball, pickleball. Nope.
We finally get to work and then we can't talk.
We are professionals. This is Big Dink Energy, the pickleball podcast that's half insight, half nonsense, and all entertainment. If you love pickleball, don't take yourself too seriously and think a little trash talk makes the game better, welcome home. This is the place where life and pickleball intersect. We celebrate the chaos, call out the nonsense, and put the fun back in dysfunction. You're either in or you're out. And if you're still listening, you're in. So let's go. Big Dink Energy starts now. The official podcast of pickleball here in your ear holes.
So before we get into our kitchen talk, I want to talk about our episode sponsor. So this episode of Big Dink Energy is brought to you by the Pretty Pickleball Company, because why just win when you can win cute? Whether you're dinking in diamonds or just want your paddle to match your vibe, Pretty Pickleball brings the flair your game's been missing. Want to feel like a pickleball princess and intimidate your opponents with glittery greatness?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all of us do. So use code BigDinkEnergy15 for 15% off and go snag the paddles that make your game and your social feed look like you've got main character energy. The Pretty Pickleball Company, where fierce meets fabulous and every match is a vibe check passed.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Dinking and diamonds.
I know.
Like, could you imagine if you're out there like full like
rhinestone
Elizabeth
paddle.
Taylor, like gems going out there with your paddle? Like,
I would
Love it.
love it.
Love it.
All right. So for our kitchen talk, I got something fun for us today.
Yes.
And I
bring
think
it.
those of you that are listening to the podcast right now, I want you to play along in your car or while you're folding laundry.
Yeah, get on
Okay.
get on bdepodcast.com or go on the socials and find us and get into this one. This one's going to be good.
Yeah, so we're going to do a little trivia between Paddle Princess and Guy.
I'm
And-
horrible at trivia, so
And we're going to talk about generational terms or words. So between boomers, Gen X,
Best generation.
millennials,
Best generation.
Gen Z, and then Gen Alpha. Do you guys want me
Okay.
to tell you the years?
I think we have a general idea.
Okay, well, baby boomers are 1946 to 1964. Gen X is 1965 to 1981-ish, if you're me.
Don't try to
Millennials
jump
are 1981 to 1996.
That's you.
I'm an elder millennial.
Yes, I'm an elder millennial too. You're not.
Yes, I am.
When was you born?
When was
Wait,
you born?
When was you born, girl?
Girl, when was you
On
born?
the earlier.
You're like an 85, aren't you?
around
You
there,
just-
yes.
No.
You're just a millennial.
I'm not
You're-
a 96.
You're a millennial.
Okay, Gen Z is 1997 to 2012.
Gross.
Jeez.
What do they know?
And then Gen Alpha is
Who cares? Who cares?
born to
Let's go.
now, pretty much. Born
Let's just go. Who cares?
2013 to now.
They're not listening.
Okay.
So I have a Gen Alpha in my home. You have a Gen Alpha in your home too.
Yes.
So
And a black Santa napkin.
oh.
And a Gen X.
Okay. So
And a boomer.
are we ready?
Yes.
So you guys
Bring
should be
it.
good.
How do we ring in? Do we ring in with our name?
No, just shout it.
Oh, okay.
Shout it from the rooftops, y'all.
That's
We
what
don't
was
have a
going
buzzer.
through my head the whole time. you
I wanted to have
We
a
don't
buzzer.
have a buzzer.
Huh?
Okay. Are we ready?
said. Ready.
Okay. Cringe.
Cringe
That's
is
like
millennial.
Gen.
Millennial.
Is it
Millennial.
really?
Yeah.
Guy for the win.
Ew.
Thank you.
I told
Guy,
y'all it was horrible.
All right.
what is
let's-
millennial?
That is correct. Okay. Gag me with the spoon.
Guy.
Millennial.
What? I
That's
said
Gen
just
X.
say it.
That's Gen X. I don't have to follow your rules.
Yes,
you don't have
it's
to.
Gen X.
Oh,
So 2
Mm,
for Guy.
That's right.
I never claimed to be good at this game.
Dungarees.
What the hell is that?
Guy.
Is that undies?
Just say it.
Boomers.
Boomers.
It is boomers.
I said it first.
I ringed in
he
though.
rang in.
You don't
Okay.
get to. You don't
So
get to just
that's
say
how-
your name.
That's how we're playing, but we're not saying our names. If you have the answer, you just say
You
it.
shout.
Okay, here we go.
You guys
And
aren't
play
the
along
boss
at
of me.
home.
I'm a Gen X.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guy is ready.
Here we go. The word is rad.
Gen
Boomers.
X. Gen X.
Gen X is correct.
Really?
Yep.
All right. So 1 for Guy.
No, that's like 3 or 4 for
that
Guy.
was trial. That was teaching you how to not say your name before the thing.
I just want to buzz it.
All right. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yes.
Skibidi.
That's the Gen Zs, the Gen Alphas.
Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
I don't understand any of that language.
Skibidi
Skibidi
Riz.
toilet.
Skibidi Toilet Riz. Skibidi
Oh.
Ohio
All
Riz.
right. Here we
Drives me
go.
nuts.
On fleek.
That's millennial.
Yeah, I want to say it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Guy is up to 100 points.
Yes.
All right.
Next question worth
Oh
$1 million.
my gosh. Don't be a mall rat.
Mall rat.
X.
That's got to be, Gen X.
Gen
Gen
X.
X. All right. Are we going to get tougher?
I don't think kids these days go to the mall anymore.
Oh, that young whippersnapper.
Boomer.
Greatest generation.
Boomer. That is correct. Hey, go over there and turn on the tube.
Boomer.
Boomer.
Oh, she's getting the boomers. Good
Those,
job.
are only worth
I live
half-
with two
those
of
are-
them.
Those questions only worth half a point.
Stop it.
Hey, when you call, make sure you leave a message on the answering machine.
Boomer.
Gen X.
Ooh.
What is it?
Which one is it?
It's
yeah,
Gen
Gen
X.
X.
It is Gen X.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very good. Okay. Slay.
Ew, that's
Slay
oh,
Queen.
that's millennial, isn't it?
That is Gen Alpha.
No. it's
Gen Z?
Gen Z.
Oh, thank God.
Gen Z.
Oh, yeah. You're Delulu.
Stop it right now. That's Gen Alpha.
Alpha.
Gen Z.
Oh, okay.
Gen Z is to 2012. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Which is our
suspect.
youngest.
Yeah, it's kind of sus, right?
It's kind of sus.
Sus.
It is kind of
That's
sus.
Alpha.
That's-
Alpha, yes.
Yep,
Sus.
Gen Alpha.
Mhm. Yacht.
Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
Yacht. I still can't say that word right.
I can't
Yacht.
either.
It's like,
Yacht.
is it a yacht like we're swimming on it, or is it a yacht? I don't know how to, it's just,
To me, it's just gibberish.
it
Like, what do
means
you
big
think?
booty.
Really?
Big booty?
That's what yacht is.
Oh, I thought it was
it's their
like-
butt.
Oh my gosh. Like,
No, it's
Oh.
the butt.
Like, yeah.
okay. I should not try to use
Don't use it.
slang words.
Don't call anybody a big back either.
But I have
Oh,
no
no.
idea what it
What's
means.
big back,
Do
guys?
not.
Big back. What generation?
That's Alpha.
Yeah.
What's
That's
it mean?
Alpha.
You got a big booty.
You gotta,
You eat a lot.
you're fat.
You fat.
Oh.
It means fat, really.
It's beyond thick.
Okay. How about mid
Alpha.
Alpha.
Gen Z?
Oh, really?
No way. Really?
Yes, you guys, that's our teenagers.
Oh, that's our
Alpha, Alpha is our youngest.
I got you.
And then Gen Z is our oldest.
Yeah.
So they're the ones saying
Mid.
no cap.
No
No
cap.
cap.
No cap.
I don't know.
What does no cap mean?
Like,
That's Alpha.
for real, for real.
Actually, no cap is Gen Z,
Mm.
and it means not lying.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Want one more?
Sure. Let's go.
Oh, I can't even. I used to say that all the
Millennials.
time.
Malens.
Yes.
Clueless.
Oh, I can't
Malens.
even.
I can't even.
That was
Uh,
definitely in the movie Clueless.
Yeah.
You
Were
know, it's not. You know, it's not mid. Is our podcast. So go find us on Instagram.
And be on our MySpace top 8.
No cap. On that.
Ooh.
No cap
Top 8.
on that.
Removed.
Chicken jockey.
That used to be the T in the day.
Y'all
Chicken
did
jockey.
pretty good. Take a
Thanks.
chill pill. I want to know what other people say.
I also want to hear if you use Gen Alpha slang and you use it wrong, because I think that that's really fun. I do it all the time. My
Mm.
kids look at me like I'm insane. So I think it'd be fun to hear if other people do that.
Yeah. Let us know some words from your generation that date you, or some things that you say, or even words that you may have made up. Go find us on Instagram, hit us up over there, or you can go to bdepodcast.com and leave us a voicemail. If that's your generational thing, please do that and let us know what you think. Just the tip, sponsored by That Pickleball Swag, because even your smallest tips deserve a little style. From cute keychains to court-ready towels, they've got the flair to match your finesse. Use code BigDinkEnergy15 at thatpickleballswag.com and give your gear the glow-up it deserves. Just a tip, quick pickleball wisdom you can use in and out before you know it. Did you all know about the over and back rule in pickleball? If a ball bounces on your side of the court and, due to extreme wind or heavy backspin, it returns over the net to your opponent's side without being touched, you are allowed to reach over or around the net to hit it, provided the ball has first crossed back into your opponent's side after the bounce. So this means you can legally cross the plane of the net before hitting the ball in this rare scenario, which is normally a fault in pickleball.
Just the tip.
It's time for Pickle Pals.
I love our Pickle Pal segment, the people and the places that surround pickleball. And this is another interview that I'm just really ready to get into. This is with Michelle, affectionately known, I'm going to guess affectionately known as the Dink Shrink, and we'll get into why that name is there. Michelle, thank you so much for spending some time with us today on the Big Dink Energy podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I've got to start off with the name, the Dink Shrink. So mental health, pickleball, and a name like the Dink Shrink. Who hurt you?
I became obsessed with pickleball, and I also had to work. And, when you get really obsessed with pickleball, you have to make a decision of, am I going to be able to afford this? Because I want to play pickleball all the time, but I also need to work. And so I wanted to figure out a way that I can combine what I do, which is mental health therapy and my practice, with also playing pickleball. And not only that, I'm a couples therapist, and I see a lot of couples dynamics on the court that play out that I see in my sessions.
Sure.
And so there's a lot of links between the mental health on the court and what I see in my clients every single day.
Yeah, that's awesome. I tell people all the time, I'm a 1.5 moving to a 2 duper with a work problem. Work gets in the way of all my,
Yeah,
mediocre pickleball play. So
exactly.
yeah,
It's part of self-care.
that's right. That absolutely is. And we talked a little bit early about this, and this is really something that has resonated with me. People who may not know, I'm still a police officer here in the great state of Texas, and over the years, back when I started, we didn't have mental health. That was nothing. That you're a crybaby and you put some dirt on it and you walked away and that was it. And that now we have peer support. We have so much support going on in the mental health realm for what we deal with on a day to day and what we see on a day to day. And so I can see a correlation or a parallel between mental health and pickleball. I use it as therapy. It's great, to get out and outdoor court, indoor court, doesn't matter, but just playing the sport and connecting with other people. So I absolutely love that. I'm sure you see a lot of that.
I see a lot of clients that have anxiety and depression. And one of the big things is that they lack community, and they lack getting outside in the sun and doing something active. And so every once in a while, like every 2 or 3 months, I'll throw together hey, if you want to show up on these courts, I'll teach you some pickleball. And some of my clients come out and they meet each other, not knowing that I'm their therapist, but they meet each other and they start playing this sport that they've never played before. And it's such a different sport. I've played volleyball, basketball, all sorts of team sports, but this is just totally different in the sense that the ease of picking it up, the challenge and the steps that you take to keep growing. It's just every single day you could come up with something that you want to work on, which is something that your mental health needs. You need some purpose to work towards,
Right.
but
Yeah.
also the community
Yeah.
aspect of it. You could go and stop at a park and just jump in with people. No matter what, there's a community of pickleball players anywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the great thing that we talk about often on the podcast is just a community. And there's really no gatekeeping. We've found the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, they don't care if you've played for a long time or a little time, and they're so open to training while they play with you. We do paddle stacking and stuff like that. It's you're getting on the court. Sometimes the arenas or the pickleball places will be broken up by different sections of various levels, but when you get a chance to play with the upper levels, it's just like playing with anybody else, and maybe even more so because they're so willing to just engage and train and lead you and show you tips and tricks, and it's so awesome and amazing, and that is it's such great therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I'm at a 5.0 level now, but I remember
Right.
the grind at 3.5. It's just you're wanting to be a part of those upper levels so bad, but you feel so nervous to do it. And now that I'm at this level and I see young, earlier, not younger, but newer players, I really spend time trying to teach them the fundamentals, and I really if I could go back, I would spend most of my first year just drilling and not playing rec.
Mhm.
So I always tell them, hey, as much as you can, just drill. Don't play rec, because you're going to build bad habits that you're going to have to undo.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorite things. I used to coach JV and varsity volleyball, basketball, is to take that newer player and just give them those aha moments where they're like, oh, I did it. I made it. But when you get to the upper levels, it's just about honing things. There's not as much growth.
Right.
So I just love that 3.0 to 4.5 level growth. It's so fun.
And where are you located in California?
I'm in Long Beach,
Okay.
and my home court right now is called Los Caballeros. They call it Los Cab for short.
Yep.
It's one of the biggest facilities in Southern California. It's huge. We always have PPA events there. There's a lot of pros that practice there. It's massive. There's, I think, over 50 courts there.
Yeah, and so you had a choice. It was either pickleball or surfing. Is that right?
I'm not a water person.
Yeah. And so you also have some physical challenges too that you're overcoming.
Yeah, I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2017, so I've had it almost 8 years. Um, it has been, I consider it the biggest blessing in my life because it made me change my eating habits, my sleeping habits, and my movement habits. I've always been an athlete, but I've never really honed in like I have I basically eat paleo, nothing inflammatory. I
Oh,
lost
that's nice.
60 pounds off within 6 months. I lost 60 pounds and changing everything. And movement really has been the best part of keeping all my symptoms at bay. Um, I think the biggest symptom I feel is I can't feel from my waist down sometimes.
Wow.
And my left side is weaker than my right side. So I really have to hone in on like strength and doing strength exercises and flexibility. I do Pilates every other day. So it is a harder life, but at the same time, it has been the biggest smack in the face of reality of mortality in that as soon as I got diagnosed, I had no idea what it could do to me. And I was like, I'm not going to live small. I'm going to live big. And
Right.
so as soon as I found pickleball, I immediately said, I want to try to go as far as I can with it because I don't know how long my body will work. And I have just been on the grind ever since and tried to push my way up to 5.0. And here I am.
So if therapy had a pickleball drill, what do you think it would be?
Oh, I would say one of my favorite things is, if you're comfortable, you're not growing.
Yeah.
So there's this thing called the acceptance paradox in therapy. And it's two truths at the same time that are two completely opposite. And it is, I am good enough as I am, and I want more for myself. And I think that is probably the hardest thing in pickleball is accepting where you're at and being proud of where you're at and being proud of the growth that you have accomplished, but at the same time, not getting complacent and pushing yourself and saying, I want more.
Yes.
And then as soon as but there's a lot of people who lean too hard in the I want more side of it. So they're super anxious and nervous, like, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough. That's when you got to lean back into that other side of I am enough in where I am right now and accepting where I am right now. So that is like, I constantly keep that in my mind of when I lean too hard one side into the other, either you're going to be anxious or depressed if you're leaning too hard into one side or the other. So you got to keep those sides balanced.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, I think, I can see in my profession, especially we see some upper limiting, where, I'm not allowed to grow beyond this right here. So I'm going to talk myself down from growth. And then we struggle with a little bit of imposter syndrome too. So and that's why I just love the pickleball side of it for the mental health therapy is because, a lot of times that side of your brain gets shut down, right? And I'm just out here enjoying this, the whole atmosphere, the people, we're laughing, and I just
Totally.
absolutely love it. Yep. So you do a little bit of couples counseling too. How many of those come from the court because they just can't play together?
Oh man, real quick, I'll throw out 4 things. There are 4 killers in relationships, and they go like this. There's criticism, there's defensiveness, there's contempt, and then there's what's called stonewalling.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in every single relationship. And if you look on the court, you'll find that the couples that the partners that eventually break up start having these 4 killers in there. They start criticizing each other. They get defensive with each other. Then it turns into contempt, which is the number 1 killer because you're just, you're thinking about them off the court and you're like, you're eye rolling with disgust, And then you have stonewalling, which is that fight, flight, freeze, fawn, where you're just you're in a sympathetic nervous system state where you're just getting adrenaline and cortisol every time you're around each other because you just piss each other off.
Right.
So, those people that you play with that put you in a parasympathetic nervous system state, the ones who keep you cool and calm and regulated, that's really kind of the key identifier in being a good partner is if they make you feel that resting kind of like I'm at ease kind of feeling.
Yes.
The ones that put you on, you can feel it. As soon as you get with them, you tap paddles and you're like, hey, playing with them for the first time or the 50th. You could feel that nervous energy. And when your body is in that fight flight state, trying to play pickleball, which you're supposed to be in a fight flight state to play, but you're getting extra from the partner who's supposed to be on your team.
Right.
It's not a good partnership.
Yeah. And then we don't help it at all because, right, we call the middle of the court divorce alley, right? And so,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And communication, part of it is, you just got to have a good presence. But the other part is you got to communicate well. You got to receive feedback and give feedback in a certain way. And,
Yeah.
That's all I do every day with these couples is just teaching them how to deliver a message in a different way. It's not that you can't give criticism. It's that you've got to learn how to say it in a respectable tone
Yeah.
with the right words, because words do matter the way they come out.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. So I would imagine in your playing, you've seen some of the inner child come out, and you've seen some tantrums out there on the court. Anything that just really stands out to you, like a massive paddle throw or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Paddle throwing, even just like when you're tapping your own partner's paddles and you kind of slam it, you don't have
Yeah.
that awareness. Like, that is a $250
Yeah.
paddle you're slamming.
Yeah.
Like, there's just, when you're that much out of your mind and you're not aware, that is the inner child. That is the little toddler tantruming. Just like a 4-year-old doesn't care about material things. They break everything. And anytime you see like a person acting like a 4-year-old, it is that inner child, the wounds that come out that are not healed. I mean, man, I see so many inner child wounds on the court pop out.
Yeah.
And I have to like turn off my therapist side and just be like, that's their stuff,
Yeah.
because I'm not on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, that was really cool. You threw that paddle like Thor's hammer, but it didn't come back, buddy. Now you got to go chase it and talk to yourself as you go pick up your paddle.
Or line calls, like calling bad lines and like cheating in that way, or
Yeah.
being pissed if somebody else calls your ball out. Like that is all inner child wounds right there, just not being seen or heard or valued.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I'm sure you see a ton of that on the court, and it's probably got to be tough to pull back and be like, "Okay, buddy, you maybe leave your card somewhere they might walk past, find it organically."
Yeah, I'm like, I know I say this a lot when I see couples fighting when they're playing on the other side, spouses playing together, and I'm like, I know a good couples therapist.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So. One of the questions we ask every guest, and it just maybe this is talking to your inner child or just going to tell us your mental health. What is, if you had a walk-on song, if you were like going into a tournament and they said, yeah, we're going to play a walk-on song for you, what's the song you would pick?
I've played so many tournaments over the past 3 years, and my tournament song that I drive up to the tournament to has shifted. It used to be Sia Unstoppable, which, that was like my 3-5-4-0-4-5 kind of a song, because it just got me all pumped up.
Right.
But you're going to laugh at my song now. My tournament song now is Hot Stuff by Donna Summer.
Okay.
I mean, it just, it kind of loosens me up. You get that kind of disco feel.
Stuff. I love it. That's great. And so get you in the mood, and you're ready to go crush some people, and then give them therapy. Then give them therapy after when they cry.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. So how can people get a hold of you? How can they find you? Let's give out all the socials that you have so people can find you. And maybe if they're in California, they can get some therapy.
Yeah. So my Pickleball Meets Psychology site is the Dink Shrink on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to follow along on my pickleball journey, I have Dink Lady is my other Instagram account where I post, my medals and my journey of playing. My practice in California is called Perfectly Imperfectly, which I specifically picked because I want people to feel comfortable in their imperfections and be perfect in that imperfect way.
That's awesome. So go find Michelle, the Dink Shrink out there. Listen, if you're finding yourself in Divorce Alley too much, or you're just getting crushed on the court and you need some therapy, please find our friend Michelle out there in California, and you can go find her in Long Beach, and maybe she can crush you on the court as well, and then console you afterwards. So Michelle, thank you so much for being here on the Big Dink Energy podcast. We absolutely loved it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, Dink or Destroy is powered by The Pickle Hood, your go-to spot for pickleball gear and merch that actually gets you. From cheeky shirts and comfy courtwear to hats, bags, and tanks with personality, use code BigDinkEnergy20 at thepicklhood.com and save 20% on stuff that makes you look good even when your backhand doesn't.
I love the Pickle Hood.
Nice.
I love the Pickle Hood too. All right, so for Dink or Destroy today, we are going to talk about rocking MLP, so Major League Pickleball, swag, like you're courtside at the Super Bowl. So jerseys, hats, face paint. Are we repping like true fans, or is it giving pickleball cosplay?
Ooh.
So
can we
okay.
Can we expand this to all team jerseys? All like not just MLP, like Major League Pickleball, which we were volunteers at
We
this
did.
past weekend. But
and it was super fun.
it was. I loved it.
What's your favorite part?
So from the MLP, I
Mhm.
think watching the players, like they
Yep.
were so good.
Yeah.
And you
And you get
like,
to see him in person.
right.
So
And like
hits
in your
different.
head, you think you play good. And then you watch them and you're like,
I'm at that level.
I am not at that level. But we did talk about a little toxic trait that
Okay.
I have.
Yeah, my toxic trait is I think I can be out there with
Same.
them.
You can't walk across the living room.
Stop it right now.
So that's my toxic trait too. I'm like watching, I'm like, I mean, I can do that. And then I was looking, I was like, okay, so what does it take to train? And then like by the end, I feel like I could be in the MLP.
Do it.
Yeah, she's
I don't even
up
have a
for,
Juper score. So
Do it.
She's going to be up for the draft.
So are we
soon.
going to get Stephanie Beveridge shirts now?
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
think I already have like
depends
3.
Depends what team
but
drafts
they're
are.
not
There's a whole
pickleball
draft.
related.
So I mean, if we want to talk about all jerseys, but I mean,
Yeah, I
think,
want to expand it because I have heavy thoughts on this stuff.
okay, let's hear your thoughts.
So
I guess.
it was born out of the MLP journey we had, right? Seeing everybody out there and all their swag, so
Yeah.
to speak. Okay.
Shout out to Texas Rangers.
Yeah. Oh man, that was so awesome
They were
just to
so
watch
good.
them. They swept it against the
On
Nice.
Florida team.
Yeah, they
Against
were
the
good.
Florida team.
Get it.
Yeah. So love them. Shout out to you guys. Now, I just think so when I see people wearing it, I feel like they're trying to be the ambassador for the whole team. And and they're wearing it in such a way like, oh man, I used to play on this team. You know what I mean? Like people who wear college shirts of the college they went to. I get it. You graduated from Harvard, Dartmouth, wherever you went. I get the whole thing. That's fine. Because you went there, you paid money, but when I see people on game day wearing football jerseys, and then they take it a little bit further and they put their own name on the back of the jersey.
Okay, that's where it's
Now-
crossing the line.
Yes, see,
It's like you didn't go to a draft.
no,
No, all you had was an embroidery machine at your house.
yeah.
So,
Tactical.
I mean, I think supporting a team that you like wearing a Patriots jersey or a Patriots shirt or sweatshirt, because I think you got several, guy, or
I
anything
agree.
like that is
a
fine.
sweatshirt or a t-shirt. I'm not wearing the team jersey though. Like
Like
I'm
a jersey that says like Dylan on
I'm on the field. Why do you have to?
because you did have one.
Why? That's
Okay, I also think this is more of like a cultural thing or maybe just like in your household thing. In my household, we go all out.
Yeah,
I'm
you
Why
guys
talking
don't
are-
you go all out?
Yeah.
Facebook, face paint, cheese heads.
Why are you face painting at your house?
to
Because it's a
celebrate.
ball game. Why not? Have you like I put out a whole spread. I have specialized plates and platters.
Well, I mean, I'm good
and-
with the food and all that, but face painting?
Oh yeah.
Y'all should see
It's
Paddle
so much
Princess's
fun.
spread.
Oh god.
Charcuterie. What do you?
Yeah, I make a good
That's what I'm
charcuterie board.
talking about.
But anyways, I'm all in. Go all in. Do the face paint. Get the spray hair glitter. Get the outfit. Like make it a whole thing.
I don't know where were you on the jersey? If we pull it back a little bit and go back to just the MLP jerseys, where were you on that?
I'm not debating like jerseys. I'm debating like team spirit, like the shirts and the hats and wearing stuff that
Folding.
you're not a part of that team. Like you are not them, folks. So
But I'm supporting them.
right? So is it still okay to wear all the gear?
Absolutely.
And I feel like yes, I feel like you're supporting it. You're showing you're a fan. I love all that. I mean,
like
just
I love to go see people out in public wearing Big Dink Energy podcast shirts. Absolutely. Like that would just make me
and
so
you know
happy.
why? Because what it does culturally is it gives you a connection.
It does.
It aligns,
I-
it aligns your,
Mhm.
yeah,
It
it aligns
aligns.
you.
So
I see that.
someone across that's wearing a Texas Ranchers. I'm like, oh my gosh, they like pickleball,
Right.
and
And then you have
you
a
have
connection. Like you
Absolutely.
have a bridge to start talking and start communicating, and then you end up best friends.
and I think like that would be with any type of sport. You're a
Mhm.
Patriots fan or whatever. You
You
see
have that
somebody wearing a
camaraderie.
Patriot jersey, and you're at the grocery store, and you're like, oh, how'd the game go this weekend? And now you have a connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think that I like it for that. I don't like it when people are like too involved.
That's me.
Yeah. So yeah, like the cheese heads, the face painting.
No,
all
you're
that.
going to a huge game, great, but you don't need a
Yes.
cheese head up in
So
Walmart.
that's
No,
now
I
that's
wear it
the
in my
exception.
living room. I have my cheese head. I have my cheese head koozie. We do face paint. We have full blown. outfits that we wear for every game at our own house. I mean, we have a lot of fun with it. We just go all out, and it's fun as a family.
It's fun, yeah.
The kids like to join in, and they have their special shirts and jerseys and even pants that they wear. It's fun for our family when it comes to sporting events. It brings us together. We make a big thing about it, either on the back porch or in the living room, depending on the weather. But we all go all out, even if it's baseball, football. I'm not really into basketball or hockey, but my husband and my son are. And we have a lot of fun.
Guy, it's because we're not sports people.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love the Patriots. I love the Red Sox.
But we're not sport
I love
watchers.
the Celtics.
You're not like, I'm going to spend $400 on the NFL Sunday ticket.
No.
Like we don't watch a football game. We haven't watched really a football game.
If it's on free over the air, we'll sit down and watch
and we're not doing something else.
Right, yeah.
But
absolutely.
maybe that's it. Maybe that's because we're not. So maybe
But there's the other side too. There's the people that wear it everywhere. Like it's their whole identity.
That's
like,
what I'm talking
to
about.
church, to funerals, to
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. That is a perfect description because
like no regrets.
It's the identity. It's like there's other things to wear.
Yeah. Okay, great. You're a Cowboys fan. What have you won in the
and
last
again, it
century?
comes into cultural because for me, I grew up a Cowboys fan. My husband is a Packers fan. But when he would go to church on Sunday and he would go to his Lutheran church, the pastor would be like, all right, Packers are on in 30. We got to wrap it up. Everybody out. And like that's how their church service was. He would base his church service and his sermon on when the Packers were coming on. But the Packers are like, they're like a cult like following. Like everybody is really, really deep into that. So I guess it's all about your culture and how deep you get into it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it's a dink for me. Go ahead and wear whatever shit you want.
Dink for me.
I'm going to go dink too. I think, I think so. Send it over the net. It's a dink for me.
Just
Thumbs
because
up.
we're not sport people doesn't mean they can't be sport people.
And it does. It allows me to recognize mentally ill people when I see cowboy jerseys out in the world. Yeah, so I would say dink for me.
Oh, 3 dinks.
There we go.
3 dinks.
News you can use.
Your water cooler talk, news you can use. First, before we get into news you can use, I want to tell you a couple of the reviews we got coming out.
That's exciting. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and this is
so
from
awesome.
Greg V1244. I don't know if that's your number. I don't know if that's your birthday, whatever that is, Greg. But Greg says, started listening to their podcast, and it feels like I'm sitting in on a fun conversation on my commute every day. Stories about pickleball community and fun segments on the show. Thanks so much for that, Greg.
Oh,
That's
that makes
awesome.
me feel warm.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm going to keep doing it. Then we have Crazy Korean 24. And the K's for the crazy and the Korean. Awesome podcast that mixes in pickleball entertainment with insight from industry folks. Absolutely love that.
Nice.
So the news you can use, little tips you can take in your everyday, put them in your pocket and use them whenever you can. I wanted to tell you all, do you know anything about cheddar cheese?
I know a decent amount, seeing as
We talked about cheese heads.
my husband is from Wisconsin and loves sharp cheddar cheese.
Is he from Somerset, England?
No.
Okay.
Oh gosh, not England again.
Here we go.
And we're back on the England topic. They're going to hate us.
Yeah, get on your metric scale right now.
Oh
Cheddar
my
cheese
gosh.
is named after the village of Cheddar in Somerset, England.
Oh, nice.
This traditional cheese has been made since at least the 12th century, and historically, authentic cheddar cheese had to be made within 30 miles of Wells Cathedral near Cheddar Village to bear the name. I wonder if they consume a lot of cheese there in Cheddar Village. Is it a whole? I wonder if there's
They're
like
probably over
I
it
feel
by
like
a
now.
they
cheddar
should-
train that
I
goes
feel like
around
they
the
should have
village.
those little miniature like Christmas ornaments like you have, those little Christmas villages.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all
Cheddar
made
Village?
Cheddar Village.
Mhm.
Yes,
That'd be so
everybody
cute.
knows about
Everybody
Cheddar.
knows about Cheddar Village.
You don't know about
shit.
Cheddar Village? Oh my gosh!
If you want to send me a Christmas present, I'm all
Holy
for that.
moly, with the cussing on this
I know.
episode.
It's not the first
Please.
time. It's not going to be the last.
We're
sorry.
so sorry if your kids are in the car
Sorry.
right now. The reason I was thinking about this because I think about Scotch, and Scotch is kind of the same way. Whiskey named after Scotland, obviously, where it has been distilled since at least the late 15th century. To call Scotch the whiskey must be produced and matured in Scotland for a minimum of 3 years.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, going back to the words cheddar. What does cheddar mean?
Cash
Cash
money.
money.
Cash money.
Cash money. Give me that cheddar.
Yeah. Yeah, I just.
But
now I
I'm
have-
usually referring to cheese.
I
Please.
have, I'm thinking of Cheddar Village now with the
I know.
cheese slide. The cheesy go round.
cheesy go
it's
round.
the same with
Yeah.
Parmesan, though. Like, it has to be made in the specific.
And Parmesia.
And I think there's a
Munster.
Papa Van Winkle.
What?
It's
What in the world?
Pappy Van Winkle,
Happy Van
which is
I'm
a
like, what
whiskey.
just happened?
Whiskey.
Oh, Poppy Van Winkle. He comes around in between Thanksgiving and
Village.
Christmas. In
Oh,
between
Lord have
Thanksgiving and
mercy.
Christmas, Poppy Van
I
Winkle.
meant to say,
He comes around to the children of the wee Cheddar Village.
oh, Pappy.
Oh,
Anyways,
Poppy.
it has to be made in the certain vicinity too.
Yes.
Something like that.
Whiskey's
Oh,
like that as well.
It sounds like you know.
I know a whole lot about it.
Yeah, bring
To
it.
be honest,
bring the.
My sister and I did a whole research of like an hour on it, and I can't remember anything, but even the name I couldn't even
Oh,
remember.
Poppy.
That's okay. Educate us next.
Anyways,
episode.
I'm just here for the cheddar, for Cheddar Village.
cheese is delicious.
Cheddarville, we call it.
Okay, well, I have some news. You can
Please. Is it
okay, I know you've all been waiting for this.
Yes.
Okay, I know Guy especially. OnlyFans
Yes,
is
please.
officially entering the pickleball scene with a new
Finally
reality
away.
competition
What?
series.
Finally, a
Wait,
way for
hold
me
on.
to quit
Hold
my
on, I'm
job.
going to tell you. So, with a new reality competition series called Smash City, set to premiere on June 13th on OFTV, which you have a subscription to, I'm sure.
Jesus.
Premiere.
Yeah. So the show combines the rising popularity of pickleball with the entertainment flair OnlyFans is known for. So
you're just naked out there playing pickleball?
No, it's going to be like, the Kardashian, all that kind of playing up the social trendiness of pickleball, but why being also crazy and
Court flirty.
yeah, and like
Yeah, no
just leaning
thanks.
into the chaos and
Yeah, Dink takes on a
Everything.
different meaning on that, I bet.
I think it's using pickleball as like a backdrop for drama and hot people just doing dumb stuff.
Oh, finally
So
a way
we're
for
not-
me.
we
Finally a
won't
way
be-
for me to quit my
Did
job.
they call you, Guy, to
Yes.
be on there? I thought
They
would.
did for OF seniors.
And then they
OF,
saw your walker and said, never mind.
OF Gray, we call it.
OF Silver Fox.
OF
Ooh.
Silver.
They called you for Cheddar Village.
Yeah, it's weird.
What is happening? OF Cheddar Village.
All I have to do is I pour cheese on my feet. It's
That's
the
right.
best.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
so-
gross.
It's the
I think
best.
some players will love it. I think purists will cringe about it, but
It
I think-
immediately makes me cringe.
So we're going to be called purists if
I
we
don't
cringe.
think so. I think I'll be watching it and probably roasting it because I like to roast
Okay,
things.
you watch it.
I
give
don't
us
think
the
it's
highlights.
I
and
think
then
it's
we'll
going to
consider
be
it.
like all the other trashy. You are the one that has been watching the
I have been watching
the
trash
Mormon
TV.
Catholic people.
The
Mormon
Mormon
wives.
wives. Oh
Mormon
my god,
wives.
I'm addicted.
So you're going to
Okay.
sit here and cringe about OnlyFans pickleball, but you're going to watch Mormon people
in my
marry
defense,
each other and sleep around.
Well-
in my defense, the only thing I know about OnlyFans is from what I hear on other social medias. I've never actually went to there, and from what I understand, it's basically just you pay to watch porn. So I don't know. Like I
Can
don't
we say porn?
corn.
Corn.
Pay to
Corn.
watch corn.
At
Corn.
Cheddar Village.
I don't know.
We got
Oh
off
my
topic.
gosh.
Cheese and corn.
You guys,
So I don't.
the amount of cackling on this episode.
You should have been at my house on Saturday and
I'm
listened
just-
to the amount of cackling.
I'm just saying, I think I'm not an OnlyFans fan. I don't even truly know what it is except for
Right,
like
same.
what I've heard.
I don't either.
But
Me neither.
I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be the girls on trampolines. Like it's all been done 100 times before, but now pickleball's getting like a front stage.
Okay, so like if it's trashy drama with like Real Housewives and like stupid stuff like that, even Kardashians is pushing it a little bit. I cannot handle that. But if it's like just fun, brainless drama, then okay, I can see that. And then I see that it's bringing pickleball to the front of all those people that like it. But if it's people naked, no.
There's not going to be people naked. It's a TV network.
Okay, yeah, then
No, it's
okay.
OnlyFans TV. So
I
it's
don't
their
think
network.
so. I don't think it's going to
Do
be
you have
that.
to pay to watch it?
It starts June
I'm
14th,
sure.
so I'll
I'm
research.
sure.
Okay.
We'll have a watch party. I mean, I'm just saying, I probably literally, it would not be something that I would tune into, but I think you can't diss it because everybody watches this crap.
I can diss it based off of the content.
I think,
Yes.
but so think about it this way though: what other sports would really lend themselves to OnlyFans other than pickleball? Because you got paddles, and you got balls.
You got paddles and
Lord.
balls.
Yeah. And you got nets
and feet
And Big Dink Energy.
and the kitchen.
and the kitchen.
Yeah. So I mean,
And you could have it in Cheddar Village.
you can have with your jersey on. With
or
your
off.
jersey on.
That's optional. It's
Hey.
OnlyFans.
Maybe it's a great opportunity for Dink Date to get involved.
Oh,
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dink Date, OnlyFans, Cheddar
Or,
Village.
What did we call Bitty Bitty Bum Bum? Maybe she
Yes.
can go have some fun and she can find herself her little
she
pickleball
can
boyfriend.
find Pappy.
Yeah.
Poppy Van Winkle. Just
Hey,
comes right before
Poppy.
Christmas.
Hey,
Oh, Poppy
Pappy
Van Winkle.
Van Winkle. Anyway, so there's some news. Everybody go look it up. June 13th on OFTV. I didn't even know there was an OFTV.
Same.
I need another subscription. That's what I need.
You had the 3-month light, right?
No, I
Welcome to our
went gold
conversation.
membership on
Gold
that. Yeah.
membership. You went
Because I'm
silver
one of their
membership.
models.
You went platinum.
Yeah, when you're a model, you get a free subscription. Go look up Sirloin. On that's what I go by on
Go look up
OnlyFans.
Cheddar Village.
All right, so tell us what you think about Cheddar Village. What rides you would want to see? Tell us if you know who Poppy Van Winkle is.
Is it Poppy or Pappy? Sorry.
It's Pappy
It's
Van
Pappy.
Winkle.
Damn it. I knew it too.
All good.
Yeah, and tell us what you think about OnlyFans, I guess, and continue to send your pickleball tattoos in. We love seeing those.
Those were good.
And thank you to everybody who left a review. And if you feel so inclined, let us know if you enjoy the podcast. We'd love to hear from you.
That's it for this episode. Unless you've got something to say, think we got it wrong, have a better take, we want to hear it. Find us at bdepodcast.com or at BDE Podcast on the socials. Drop us a message. We might just feature you in the next episode. If you had a good time, well, samesies. If not, maybe try again. We grow on people. So you know the deal. Follow the show, tell a friend, and leave us a review. Or just pretend this never happened. Until next time, keep the dink soft and the energy big.